everybody? The Miami Hurricanes have defeated the Virginia Tech Hokies, and they improve on the season 7-1. I know what a lot of people are thinking right now. Paul, this was a ugly game. It was hideous. But you know what, guys? Last year, we had 7 losses. This year, we have 7 wins. That is a complete 180. Miami is 7-1 with 3 games left on the schedule. I know it hasn't been the prettiest past couple weeks, past month, but we're getting wins, guys. Good football teams find ways to win games. Bad football teams find ways to lose football games. And Miami is 7-1 in the top 10 at number 9. Things are looking good, guys. I promise you that is improvement, and that is all we can ask for from a second-year head coach in Manny Diaz. Let's get into the game, guys. De'Ara King was 24 out of 38, 255 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Cam Harris, 14 attempts, 63 yards. Past 4 games has not been good at all for Cam Harris. Against NC State, he had 62 rushing yards. Today against Virginia Tech, he had 63. That is some improvement from the past few games. But I don't know what's going on with Cam Harris personally. He just can't get going offensively. He can't break any big runs. So I personally don't know. Maybe it's the offensive line we have not opening up holes. But, you know, if Cam Harris is getting 60 yards, I guess personally for me that's all we can ask for because, you know, rushing 8 yards against Clemson, you know, against UVA, only 28 yards. You know, that's really mediocre. So, I mean, I'll take 63 rushing yards because something has to get going with our run game. I don't know if it's to start Don Chaney. He was moving the ball very effectively, but we need to have an identity offensively running the football because if not, it's just going to hold back our offense. I thought our wide receivers played pretty well. One of the better games of this season. D. Wiggins, 8 receptions, 106 receiving yards. I believe that's the first time in his Miami career he's had over 100 receiving yards. Mike Harley, 6 receptions, 51 receiving yards. Mark Pope, 4 receptions, 50 receiving yards, and 1 TD. Key stat here, guys. Brevin Jordan and Will Mallory both only had 2 receptions each. Personally, for me, I want to get them more involved in the offense. Will Mallory specifically, I think he can be an incredible red zone threat. Instead of throwing the football, throwing a legal pass to an offensive lineman with that dumb, stupid play for a 2-point conversion, why not give a shot to Will Mallory? He's 6'5", put him in jump ball situations, especially at the ACC coastal level. Virginia Tech, even their backup defensive backs, were playing very well against our wide receiver corps. Put in Will Mallory. He's a great athlete and he's 6'5". That's a challenge for any defensive back in any Power 5 conference. We allowed 6 sacks. Offensive line unit, we were down a lot of players. We only played 5 offensive linemen, I believe, the whole game. Even Navon Donaldson was warming up with the team. So we were definitely down. But, you know, offensive line as a whole, it has been a struggle throughout the whole year. You know, hopefully Garen Justice brings in some recruits, which is what we've been seeing with Ryan Rodriguez. We have Seymour from Central, Michael McLaughlin as well, come in and make a big impact moving forward. We are still rebuilding at that position unit, so in a couple years, hopefully we will see the fruits of our labor. Miami was 6 out of 17 on 3rd down conversions. I believe that's roughly around 33%. That is awful. Obviously, you need to get that up to 50%. But definitely, man, going 3 and out consecutively on drives, there's no point of going up tempo if you're consecutively going to go 3 and out. Defensively, Gilbert Frierson, probably the best game of his Miami Hurricanes career. He had 2 sacks, 8 total tackles. Jalen Phillips, 8 total tackles, 2.5 sacks. Hell of a job. 4.5 tackles for loss. I thought he played an incredible game this week and the past week. Really love what Jalen Phillips has done this season playing for the Miami Hurricanes. The future is very bright for him. Last but not least, got to give a huge shout out to Sam Brooks. 7 total tackles, 1 sack. Really stepped in, replaced Zach McLeod. Did a hell of a job, and that is the future for our linebacker corps, is Sam Brooks moving forward. Hopefully we can see more Corey Flagg as well. and the future is very bright at the linebacker core, guys. I'm very confident in the abilities of Sam Brooks moving forward. Key stat of the game, guys. This is something I've been preaching about. 8 penalties for 77 yards. That is awful. We average 70 yards of penalties per game. Is that on the players, guys, or in coaching? But that is a very undisciplined football team. And one game that will bite us in the butt. The amount of penalties, and it's dumb penalties. The personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, whatever you want to call it, on Bubba Bolden, pushing the receiver after the whistle was blown, just pure stupidity. Unacceptable moving forward. As a coaching staff, how do you fix that? I personally, they got a lot of work to do because this is ridiculous. Virginia Tech only had 2 penalties of 10 yards. And yes, the DJ Ivy pass interference call was extremely questionable. So I completely agree, but we need to get it fixed, guys. Giving up 70 yards of penalties per game is just awful. And that is not acceptable if you want to be a top 10 program year in and year out. Virginia Tech had a total of 362 total yards, 160 yards running the football. That is 110 rushing yards below their average per game, which was 270 total yards. We contained Herbert pretty well. When he did play, he was questionable for the game. I think he was a little bit injured, wasn't fully healthy. Also, guys, I know people were giving our defense a lot of criticism throughout the game, but you have to give credit when credit was due. When it was fight or flight mode, once again in the 4th quarter, Miami gave up 0 points in the 4th quarter and only a total of 60 yards of offense. There's always that conspiracy theory. Manny Diaz is calling the plays in the 4th quarter. Listen, all I'm going to say is a lot of people were very tough on Blake Baker, but the second week in a row, the defense steps up in the 4th quarter. When it was crunch time, when it was fight or flight mode, they did step up. You got to give them credit, guys. Tremendous job in the 4th quarter. And also, guys, if you give up 24 points a game, I mean, hey, your offense, they should easily score more than 24 points. There was a lot of questionable play call by Rhett Lashley throughout the game, especially towards the end. Clock management, play call. I did not like the quarterback draw where they moved D'Eriq King going to the left side of the field and then throwing on a 1st down as well. I believe it was the second to last drive before the game ended. But nonetheless, guys, Miami improves to 7-1. Enjoy the victory, guys. Last year, we were literally in tears. We lost to FIU. We had a pathetic performance against Georgia Tech. We lost to Louisiana Tech. Now we're finding ways to win football games against opponents we would have lost to this past season. We have a great quarterback, a leader under center moving forward. Guys, enjoy it. We're 7-1. Go get some stickers at stickersbyab.com. Link will be below in the description. What better way to celebrate this victory by getting some Miami Hurricanes custom design sticker apparel you can put on your car, your laptop, on your refrigerator, basically anywhere you want. Guys, enjoy the victory. Miami improves to 7-1 and will be taking on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets next Saturday. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and always, all about the U.